Well, now to a remarkable story from the heart of the Pacific. Fiji, like many developing countries, has a large number of profoundly deaf children. Treatment options are limited and most are left to live a life of silence.
But now a group of Aussies is travelling to the region bringing new hope. Simon went along to witness the deaf here for the first time.
A postcard village on Fiji's coral coast. A shy young girl has a huge weight lifted from her shoulders.
Do you remember the first time you went for a swim? Yeah, was it scary when you couldn't touch the bottom? Yeah, and then your mum picked you up just before, yeah? It's a bit like that, you know? Someone will pick you up.
Sala has just been told what she's known inside for years. She has severe hearing loss, but now there's hope.
You're not alone, it's all right, huh? I know you feel like you're the only one, don't you?
Virginia Carabez is well qualified to help. Diagnosed profoundly deaf at 3, her mum Bronwyn made it her life's work to teach Virginia to speak.
She's a clever girl, you know, she's very self-motivated and that helps as well. And her and I work as a pretty good team. I'm a pretty hard taskmaster and she responds well to the challenge.
Now, every couple of months, Bronwyn, Virginia and audiologist Greg Upfold head to Fiji for a project close to all their hearts.
I decided that with the knowledge that I'd learnt, that I could perhaps put my hand out and help somebody else along the way.
Okay, Miss Essie, this is your new ear mould.
By July last year, we'd fitted 56 kids in that school with 2 hearing aids and completely changed a culture in a school and in a deaf community.
Where's yours? Upstairs.
Exercise 2.
At Suva's Gospel School for the Deaf, hearing aids are transforming a world of silence and signing.
We're starting to see that in some of these children. We've seen some children that were so shy and so withdrawn just start to come out of their shell a little bit and start to really trust in themselves and have a little bit more confidence in themselves.
Phonak and Unitron make the moulds and hearing aids. MD David Rundle has brought 120 with him on this trip. Little Shania has one of them.
What was it like when she first had the hearing aid and you found a new communication? How did you feel then?
I really felt that I am the most luckiest person on the planet that very day.
He's just so beautiful. How can you not love him?
Abandoned by his mum as a deaf baby, Ilatai has been raised by his granddad. His smile is reason enough for everyone to keep coming back.
So with Ilatai, now that we've given him sound, you can't just say, well, that's it, we're not going to look after it. Yeah. So basically, taking him on's been like a lifetime commitment for him now.
Ilatai's little brother, Viliami, is also profoundly deaf, but making giant strides with his hearing aid.
Now, I don't have a great deal of experience of working with deaf kids or even being involved with them, which is why it's so wonderful to come into this room today and just to see how expressive they are.
Are you listening? Okay, look forward. Pick up the yellow ball. It's just patience and time more than anything else. A lot of what I did as a child in terms of acquiring speech and coming up to an age-appropriate level of speech was just repetition, and so it does require a lot of patience of somebody to sit there and spend that time.
Back at the village of Ruku Ruku Lavu, Sala's mum learns the news about her daughter.
Each time we've tested her hearing, we found that she has what we call a mild hearing loss.
With hearing aids fitted, Sala will be just fine. But sadly in Fiji, thousands of deaf kids like her will never know the gift of hearing. But each trip helps someone.
The irony of what's happened here today is that as beautiful as this place is, it's this very water that is causing the problems that the kids are presenting with today. There is untreated sewage going into here. There are animals close by. And many of the kids use these mangrove trees to jump into the water and force those bad bugs into their noses and throats, which is causing a lot of these ear infections.
It's discovered the Ratu, or village chief, also has hearing problems, but this may be a bonus for the cause.
Hearing loss in this country, as with all countries, there is a definite stigma about people admitting to having any form of hearing loss. If we could, for instance, get a hearing aid that he could wear, that provides a tremendous role model for the rest of the community.
Here we go. Ready? Listen.
The next vital step is getting local people trained and operating at the school and in the field. Step by small step, the Carabez Alliance is making a big difference here.
We just can't come in here and whack a hearing aid on a child and say, have a nice life. You know, that's not responsible care for us. So there is a duty of care. It can be hard and it can be frustrating, but it can be amazing when you just see the children and they make it worthwhile.
Fantastic.
Yeah, lovely.
Isn't
really
that
lovely.
wonderful?
And thanks very much to Frank, who shot the story, and to Steve, who put that together in the edit suite.
So who's paying for the hearing aids?
Well, basically, Bronwyn drives it. The Carabez Alliance, Bronwyn, her husband, Jeff, and daughter, Virginia, and they just go out there, get the money, shake the tin on the street, you know, and they basically drive the whole project. So
great people.
And, you know, it just shows you what you can do if you put your mind to something, you know. I mean,
incredible.
They don't sort of sit around strumming their fingers at home, you know, and they got out there and are doing some fantastic stuff.
We should put some information up on the website for anybody who wants to help out, because that's just fantastic.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
Well done, Simon.
Thanks, Lisa.
Good on you, Simon. Ahead this morning, changing tact, the Jailhouse Rock. We'll look at the new singing competition sweeping US prisons.
But next, the real idols battling internal demons. The celebrities who come out and those who remain in the closet when we return.